One of the most painful things a person can experience is slowly losing themselves trying to understand someone who already knows exactly what they're doing. That hit already. Because some people are not confused about how they treat you. They are very aware, very intentional, very calculated. But if they can keep you confused, you'll stay longer. Welcome to the quiet storm, where all you need to do is listen. Take a breath with me first. Inhale and exhale. Because tonight, we're talking about a kind of emotional pain that quietly destroys people from the inside out. Confusion. Not normal confusion, manipulated confusion. The kind where you overthink constantly, you replay conversations constantly, you question yourself constantly. You keep trying to figure things out. You keep giving chances. You keep hoping clarity will come. Meanwhile, the other person already understands the truth completely. That's the soul punch for the night. Because some people keep you emotionally unstable on purpose. Now listen carefully. Healthy love may have misunderstandings, but manipulation creates chronic confusion. Meaning, you never fully feel emotionally safe, never fully feel secure, never fully know where you stand. One day they love you deeply, the next day they feel distant. One moment they reassure you, the next moment they pull away. One conversation feels genuine, the next leave you emotionally shattered. And slowly, you become addicted to trying to fix the confusion. That's the trap. Because now your entire emotional energy goes towards understanding someone who benefits from you not understanding clearly. Now let's go deeper, because this is where people start crying quietly at night. Some of you lost years of your life trying to explain your pain to people who were committed to misunderstanding you. That one hurt. Because every time you tried expressing yourself, they flipped it back onto you. Now you're too emotional. You're too overthinking. You're sensitive. You're dramatic. You're the problem. And after hearing that enough, you slowly stop trusting your own feelings. Now you second guess your intuition. Now you apologize for your reactions. Now you feel guilty for expressing hurt. Now you need reassurance just to trust your own reality. That's emotional erosion. Because confusion slowly destroys self-trust. And once somebody disconnects you from your own intuition, they gain emotional control over you. Now you depend on them to tell you what's real. And that's dangerous. Because people who genuinely love you do not constantly leave you emotionally spinning. Listen carefully tonight. Some people create confusion because clarity would expose the truth. That line just hit somebody deep. Because if they were fully honest, you might leave. You might stop tolerating mistreatment. You might stop chasing them. You might stop emotionally carrying a relationship. You might finally see the manipulation clearly. So instead, they keep things emotionally blurry. Just enough affection to keep you attached. Just enough distance to keep you anxious. Just enough inconsistency to keep you overthinking. Just enough hope to stop you from leaving completely. And some of you have been surviving off emotional breadcrumbs, calling it love. That one hit deeply. Because you kept holding on to potential, memories, raw good moments, rare good moments, temporary softness, apologies without change, emotional highs inside emotional chaos. And your spirit became exhausted. Now let's talk about the part nobody explains enough. Confusion creates emotional addiction. Because your nervous system becomes trapped between pain and relief. The next, they pull you close again. One moment you feel unloved. The next, they say exactly what you need to hear. And your nervous system starts chasing relief instead of peace. That's why some people stay emotionally trapped for years. Not because they're weak. Because confusion changes people psychologically. And some of you listening tonight became shells of yourselves, trying to emotionally survive relationships that were never emotionally stable. That's the quiet heartbreak. You stop laughing the same. Stop trusting the same. Stop feeling emotionally safe. Stop recognizing yourself. Because confusion drains the soul. Now listen carefully tonight. One of the saddest realizations in life is realizing you were constantly trying to understand someone who already understood exactly how their behavior affected you. That one just pierced somebody's chest. Because some people act confused, so you stay confused. And while you're busy analyzing, overthinking, crying, questioning yourself, fighting for clarity, they're benefiting from your emotional attachment. Now breathe with me. Inhale and exhale. Because this next part is where healing begins. The moment you stop forcing yourself to ignore your intuition, clarity starts returning. That anxiety you kept feeling was information. That exhaustion was information. That constant emotional instability was information. Your spirit was reacting to what your heart was trying desperately not to accept. That's the deepest truth tonight. Because deep down, many of you already knew something felt wrong. You just kept hoping love would eventually make things clear. But real love does not leave you emotionally starving for clarity. Real love feels safe, consistent, honest, emotionally stable, not confusing, not mentally draining, not emotionally chaotic. And if somebody constantly leaves you confused, anxious, insecure, emotionally exhausted, questioning your worth, your spirit is trying to tell you something. Now take one last breath with me. Inhale and exhale. And just sit with this truth tonight. Some people keep you confused because confusion delays your awakening. Because the moment you fully see the truth, their emotional control over you begins to break. And healing starts the moment you stop begging confused people for clarity and start trusting what your spirit has been warning you about all along. Thank you for tuning in to The Quiet Storm. Make sure you give this video a like, leave me a comment down below, and also share this with someone who needs to hear it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.